What's going on, y'all? It's Big Facts again, coming at you with another video. So, Vladimir Putin has once again made even more waves in reclaiming the glory of the past Soviet Union. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, when Vladimir Putin took power in the early 2000s of Russia, what his main goal, his main objective was to reclaim territory and reclaim territory and reclaim glory that Russia lost after the fall of the Soviet Union. You see, losing countries like the Ukraine, Estonia, basically all those the Iron Curtain countries, losing those countries undid 500 years of Russian expansion throughout the region. And losing them in less than a decade with the fall of the Soviet Union was detrimental to the Russian psyche as well as the Russian economy. And Vladimir Putin has made it an effort throughout his reign as Russian president. And when he had a role as a prime minister, he made it an effort to put Russia back in the world stage, and he has done so. You know, you've seen the battle in the Ukraine, you know, where it was a flex of Russian might. You had the standoff in Georgia. And now he has shown his ability in the Middle East, in the whole Syrian conflict. He has now agreed with President Erdogan of Turkey to not engage in every conflicts. And actually, they're going to collaborate with one another in this Syrian crisis issue and moving the Kurds to another area, 30 kilometers outside of the border, the northeastern border of Syria. Now, this was a great flex because, I mean, Russia, as economically unstable as they are right now, as they currently stand, they are a world player in this region of the world. They are definitely making strides. Just last week, African leaders met with Vladimir Putin. We had the president of Nigeria. He came over. He met with Vladimir Putin. Other West African and Central African countries met with Vladimir Putin. And the reason why I highlight on Nigeria, because Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa, the most populous black nation in the world. More black people stay in Nigeria than any other region in the world. And people talk about the Chinese having influence over Africa. Well, Russia's just stepped in. They've met with the Saudis. The Saudis don't even trust the United States anymore. So they're looking to see if they could strengthen their partnership with Russia. You already know Russia and Iran work hand in hand with each other. So if I were to say who is the most powerful man in the world, I would put my money on Vladimir Putin. Now, he has a lot to worry about, you know, as there will be no successor to Vladimir Putin as it stands in Russia. I mean, none with the power, as Vladimir Putin. He has at least established himself or put Russia on a straight course to where sometime in the next 20 years, if they could find a way to increase productivity in that country, look to them to be another superpower. Because they are taking an approach where it's like other nations are supporting Russia or siding with Russia because Russia isn't doing what the United States is doing by causing destabilization and nation building. They're taking an approach of keeping these countries stable, keeping these presidents who are the leaders of these nations in power currently as they stand, and helping them by doing so by supporting them militarily, offering them military aid. And that is the capital that Russia is trying to leverage. You see in Syria, they are working to keep Assad in power. Other areas of the country, you see in countries like Armenia, Azerbaijan, where Russian companies own majority of the industrial output or the energy sectors in those regions, in those Caspian nations. They own that. A lot of Russians own the companies. So Russia has a huge control of this area of the world. Huge control. So it's really up to the United States, Donald Trump, and the United States people to try to get things in order, because as it stands, they are losing ground. They are losing influence heavily. And Vladimir Putin is just continuously gaining. And, this is why Donald Trump tried to make those moves to try to purchase Greenland. Because right now, this whole Arctic push, Russia's winning. They have more icebreakers than the United States. And with, global warming and the melting of the ice caps and so forth, this is a great area for, trade, sea trade that can help Russia in the future. A faster way to shipment. And Russia dominates the Arctic Ocean. So as it stands, the United States is losing ground to Russia. They've already started beginning allied ties with the Saudis, with African nations. They already have China on their side, Iran. They're winning over the Eastern Bloc of Europe. So Russia is going to be a major world power. They're going to be a major world power in the next 15 to 20 years, I say so. The only thing is they have a declining population. Their population isn't really all too strong, so they have to solve that. The minute they do, man, they're back in business. But I want to hear what y'all have to say. Like, comment, subscribe down below. I'm out.